Wearing black trunks with gold trim, joining us all the way from Johannesburg, South Africa. He weighed in at 9 stone, 3.5 pounds, or 129.5 US pounds. His record stands at 13 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws, with 11 big wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the hard-hitting Patrick Malinga. And his opponent across the ring on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, this 12-round title bout, wearing white trunks with gold trim, representing his home of Edinburgh, Scotland. His weight, ladies and gentlemen, 9 stone, 3.75 pounds, 129.75 US pounds. He is the former Commonwealth gold medalist, undefeated in his campaign to the ring as a professional, with 14 wins, no losses, 12 big wins coming by way of knockout. Ranked number 6 in the world by the WBO as a junior lightweight contender. Please welcome the British champion, the undefeated, amazing Alex Arthur. Once again, Paul Thomas is our referee in charge. 12 rounds of boxing scheduled.
So you're both in the dressing room, you know what I expect of you. Just to repeat myself just once, keep your shots on the target area. Nothing around the back, nothing in the kidney area. Give me a good, clean contest. The best of luck to both of you. Well done.
Arthur has to be a little bit careful tonight because Patrick Malinga has 10 wins inside 2 rounds and 1 in the 3rd. But all 3 of his defeats have also been by stoppage. A puncher who is a little bit fragile chin. He has very, very thin, rake-like legs, I've noticed as well. Arthur in the white trunks, the former Commonwealth Games gold medalist of 1998, unbeaten in 14 as a pro. Super featherweight nominally for a WBA Intercontinental Championship tonight, but that doesn't mean too much really in the wider scheme of things. It is a chance though for Arthur to showcase his talents to the American audience. Remember, this is going out in the USA as well tonight, and there's the dangerous fast right hand of Malinga early on. He'll have to watch that, Arthur.
Yes, he will. He's got to be pretty accurate with that jab. He's got to bring the punch straight back to protect his chin. He can't afford to be sloppy because that looked a pretty quick right hand.
He did. Lightning fast. And there's a good right hand straight away from Arthur, who can hit. Has got a good stoppage record already. He's always seemed to have star quality from the moment he turned pro. Just a bit easy to hit with left hook, something they'll have been working on in the gym, the Alex Arthur team. He's trained by Scott Harrison's dad, Peter Harrison. Malinga looks open to right hands to me.
Well, neither one can really afford to make a mistake this early. He's got to warm into the fight a little, Arthur.
Arthur, who was discovered by Tommy Farr's sparring partner Bob Scally when he was 10 years old. Not really finding the range with his jab so far, Arthur. He's had to take this opponent at 2 weeks' notice.
Well, he's doing the right thing, Arthur. He's showing Malinga plenty of respect.
And he'll have heard about the South Africans' punch power too. He's fast with the left hand as well there. Malinga, from a famous fighting family. Both his brothers are professionals.
He's shown a little bit of variety, Malinga, just turning the jab and looking for the right hand. You know, he's got the center of the ring and he's making Arthur move around him.
Arthur just looking a little tentative as he weighs up what's in front of him. But his good boxing brain will be working at this. It's a little sneak uppercut from him.
Just starting to look to get his punches a little closer, get them on target now. stepping in that couple of inches extra, Arthur.
But a quiet opening round from his point of view. Welcome to the Braehead Arena, welcome back. Sold out tonight, some 6,000 fans. And these two guys with good stoppage records. Inside 2 rounds, Arthur's done that 7 times. Malinga with 10 wins inside the 2 rounds. So dangerous early on. Second round of this one. It's due to go 12, by the way. First impressions of Malinga, Glenn?
Well, he certainly looks capable, doesn't he? I mean, quite sharp, pretty upright. And I think, you know, Arthur's got to work his way, and he's certainly posing a few problems for Arthur.
Particularly with the hand speed. But remember, this fellow Malinga, his own punch resistance is a question mark. He's been found wanting in that department. Good with the jab there as well. Outworking Arthur so far early on in this round.
Yes, he's getting busy, Malinga. Some good shots going in. He's finding the chin of Arthur.
And giving him a real good test. Not too many have managed to do this with Alex Arthur for any length of time. How will he respond? The South African clearly growing in confidence.
Well, really, this is what we want to see. We're going to find a little bit more out about Alex Arthur as he gets hit.
Oh, and he looked a little bit wobbled and off balance there. This is where you start to learn about what fighters have when they're under a little pressure. How does he respond to that? Just looking a shade open defensively, Arthur. A bit square on at times.
Well, I think he's been taken a little bit by surprise with these accurate shots from Malinga. Good jab.
That's a bit better from Arthur. Malinga sort of shook his head almost as if he was trying to shake off the effects of a punch. That's a better from Arthur, the right hand. Cracking shot.
Well, now Malinga's felt the power of Arthur, but still comes back with that dangerous right.
Well, he means business, all right. This is boiling up to be some night here. Not only with the electric main event we have for you, but this is turning out to be pretty absorbing too early on anyway.
Just showing that he's got some work to do with the defense. Arthur being picked up more than we've ever seen before.
Well, in the past, people have thought that his defense has been a bit leaky because he's not been very worried about the punch power of the guys in front of him, but it may just be an inherent weakness.
Well, he can't afford to have that sort of weakness in with a puncher like Malinga.
Malinga asking plenty of questions in that second round.
He's right on the other side. Just check back a wee bit. He's bleeding. He's bleeding. He's bleeding. Good punches you're throwing. Nice
Scott Harrison
punches.
team around him. Nearest to you, former Scottish lightweight Peter Harrison, Billy Nelson there too.
Yeah, long punches. Just rocking the head back. There's a nice left hook from Malinga. And just in a little bit of bother there, Arthur.
He just looked a bit disorganised, didn't he, for a moment?
He did. I mean, he still had his wits about him. He got the left hand up, just looks and shakes his head at Malinga, but those punches certainly registered.
Alex Arthur, one of 7 boxers from the famous Leith Victoria Club, who went on to win British Championships. The most famous was Tansy Lee, the British flyweight champion, who beat the legendary Jimmy Wilde on Burns Night in 1915. Third round here. Good right hand from Arthur in the white trunks with the gold stripe down the side. Gold denoting his Commonwealth gold of 1998. I think the question with Malinga is, how dangerous is he in his fights after the first couple of rounds. If he hasn't got rid of his opponent by then, does he then start to get in a bit of trouble, I wonder? He's lost in a couple of rounds himself to Mzonke Fana in a South African title fight, beaten in 2, dismantled. Lost a very tough and classic fight with Matthew Zulu in 9. It's a good right cross there with his back to the ropes from the South African.
Well, Malinga certainly no pushover. We're seeing that he's got good credentials and some good style.
His older brother Peter came over here and beat Ensley Bingham and Spencer McCracken. So there's plenty of respect for the Malinga family. He's not related to the famous Sugar Boy, conqueror of Nigel Benn, as far as we know.
Break! Coming out, no shot. Break clean. Well done. Watch the end, both of you.
Timing not quite there for Alex Arthur. He's been tentative tonight. I think you were right, Glenn. A bit surprised by what Patrick Malinga has had to offer in the early stages.
Well, he's starting to warm to it a bit more now, using the jab well in this round, Arthur. And I think he needs to get that on to get the distance right.
His chin's been tested a bit tonight, and he's passed that test, really.
Yes, he has. The defense been a bit open at times, but again, just getting the right hand up, but that left hook looks dangerous.
Maybe learning more here, Alex Arthur, than in about 5 easy knockover jobs. Starting to get the jab going in the right hand. Suddenly the mouth gapes open of Malinga. Can Arthur impose himself? First round was close, you could argue about that one. Second round, I think, was Malinga's, and that's a nice right hand from him there. And Arthur goes into a bit of showboating as if to say, nah, not hurt by that.
Well, I think that shows a little bit of inexperience, the fact that, you know, for the first time he's having to take shots. He needs just to get on with the job, look professional.
Well, also here tonight, and he could be the next opponent for the winner between Scott Harrison and Wayne McCulloch, Johnny Tapia, the man who's been pronounced dead at least a couple of times, once twice recently, the 3-weight world champion. He was besieged by autograph hunters when he came in. He's flown over specially, and of course he was a wow, wasn't he, when he appeared at the York Hall Bethnal Green over here.
Yes, certainly an awful lot of charisma with that man.
4th round. Bit of a glittering occasion tonight here at the Braehead Arena, just outside Glasgow, Renfrew to be exact, up near the airport. Walked onto a right hand a bit then, Arthur. Just started this round as if he wants to move up a gear, raise the tempo, show Malinga who's the boss.
Well, he's looking to load up a little bit. Arthur, got to be careful when he does that he's not caught.
Malinga's arrived as no respecter of Arthur's reputation. Sneak right hand was well picked by the Scot. Good shot with the right hand too, fast over the top of the guard of Malinga, which had just slipped a bit. Arthur noticed that.
Defense a little better now from Arthur, getting his hands up, looking to get in range, and you just move the upper body around a little bit.
Yes, he sharpened up his reflexes, it seems. He's beginning to take control of it.
Well, I think he's just getting the tempo of the fight, and he's just starting to solve a few puzzles that Malinga's setting him.
It's a good fight for him at this stage, this one, isn't it?
It's a very good fight.
So long as he wins it, of course.
That's right. You know, there's a gamble there. but he's the sort of fighter that, you know, he needs to be moved on.
Better accuracy, better movement, some lateral movement as well now from Arthur. That's helping him defensively. He's not just in front of Malinga as much as he was early on. It's almost like he's worked out the style.
Yes, he has, and it's good that he's done that. It just shows you're a thinking fighter. Still got to be careful of that right hand. That still looks a danger from Malinga.
South African tries to come on strong again, but it looked like arm punches, as if he's tiring a little. He's got the jab going now, Arthur. This is much better. After a slow start, easily his round. Well, two Scottish boxing heroes, Ken Buchanan, the great lightweight, welterweight Gary Jacobs, are with Ed Robinson.
Well, Gary, a fascinating fight.
Absolutely fabulous, fantastic. This is what Alex Arthur needs, is a wee step up in class. Somebody that's not just that he's going to knock out. He's had a lot of knockouts in his career, and it's a real test for him.
Is Alex Arthur getting hit too much, though, Ken?
Not too badly, like, you know, but I mean, he's picked up a couple of punches in a couple of rounds, and he says to himself, no, that guy can punch a wee bit, so I'm going to be a wee bit wary of him, like, you know. But he is missing, he's throwing a lot of punches, Alex, but he's dropping me a few, a wee bit short, more than I would like to see him doing.
And Malinga does look dangerous, Gary.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's got a big KO record himself. He's only been beat by a couple of times, and as I say, it's a real test for him. And Alex Arthur, you know, you have to step up in class. He wants to be a world champion. He has to fight the best, and this is a real test for him.
Thank you.
Well, Alex Arthur's going with Ken Buchanan to the Hall of Fame in America in the summer. One day he wants to be in it. Long way to go, though.
Yes,
long way.
There's a long way, but set off in the right direction.
Round 5 of this 12-rounder at super featherweight. He's only once had to go past 6. Arthur against Darius Snowski. A pole.
Now Arthur getting the right hand up, that's something he's been criticised for, dropping that a little bit, but you know, he's managing to get it up. He's looking for the shot coming back from Malinga.
Arthur, who says he wants to fight in America at least once this year. He also wants to top a bill in his home city of Edinburgh. I'm sure that can be arranged with a little bit of help from Mr. Warren. Why not against Michael Gomez, who's here tonight watching and dearly wants a crack at Arthur. Good fight. No reason why they can't do it either.
He's got to get this one out of the way first, and there's no foregone conclusion because Malinga is pretty tricky.
This is better from Arthur now, starting to unload with some heavy-looking shots. And his accuracy's improved a lot. He's finding the range. His defense has improved. Set questions, but coming up with some positive answers. Now, rode that right hand all right from Malinga.
But that's always the danger. Every now and again, he can get through that right hand, so he really has to have good concentration, Arthur.
Now he's showing a bit of his quality now, Alex Arthur. It was just a slip more than anything from Malinga in the centre of the ring.
Good left hook there from Arthur, just pushing forward.
And the straight right as well.
Malinga just dabbing at the right eye and blinking, maybe got a punch in the eye.
Just the impression that bit by bit the resistance is being punched out of Patrick Malinga. He's now moving so much more fluently, Arthur, looking as if he's relishing the job in front of him. He looks too as if he's carrying the confidence of a man who's solved the problems.
Yes, he does, and you just get the feeling there's a few doubts coming in the mind of Malinga now.
Evidence of how well Alex Arthur is getting his jab going now. Take a look at these statistics. 68 landed by Alex Arthur, just the 37 from Patrick Malinga, and the jab's the key to opening this up for him, maybe.
Yes, he's just starting to find that punch. It's working well. The accuracy is much better now, taking control of this fight.
6th round. Patrick Malinga's younger brother, by the way, Vizu, is the South African bantamweight champion. If your name's Malinga and you live in South Africa, it seems you have to be a professional boxer. Malinga tries to lift it a little again at the start of this round.
Textbook right hand from Arthur, really does throw that combination well, the straight left and then the right.
And the two strains of one Alex Arthur. There's only one Alex Arthur. That's, again, just a slip on a wet patch in the centre of the ring, I think, from Malinga. It's the second time that's happened.
A suggestion maybe the legs are starting to stiffen up as well, Ian.
Yeah, could be, couldn't it? But Arthur's defence has improved about 80% from the first couple of rounds. That's a fantastic left-hand counter, and that sent the legs wobbling. Arthur senses the moment, reins in the punches, tries to line him up for the finish. They're not all landing, but Malinga is in some difficulty on those ropes. Arthur has to be careful he doesn't leave himself open for one counter from the South African. But what a left-hand counter to start this off. It was a really ace shot.
Well, the legs have definitely gone for Malinga. He's still hurt. Malinga is on the verge, I think, of going.
Well, he's digging. He's in a big left hook to the body. Hurt by that one as well. I just wonder there if he hadn't held on whether he might have gone. The legs have gone. Arthur has him here. Right hand, stopped, all over. And in the end, after a slow start, Alex Arthur was very, very impressive. Well, the work he did in that final round was something to behold.
Well, that shows that he's passing these tests. He's getting better and better. But Malinga, give him something to work for. He had to concentrate, but when he started to wear him down, saw the opportunity, that big left hand, and then he just kept the pressure on. That was an excellent finish to a very, very good contest.
Yeah, Malinga started well, and it took some time for Alex Arthur to get going. He was caught by a few good shots, but I think there was even a plus in that. He was against a puncher, and he never looked like going down from them. Disorganised once.
Yes, he got a little bit disorganised. Just having a chat there, the two, very good sport, Alex Arthur. But he did get a little bit disorganised, but he regrouped very well. And it was good to see the way his defence just got better as he went on.
There was the left-hand counter that started it.
Didn't quite realise, didn't quite register how good a shot he'd actually landed there, Arthur, because he was skipping out of the way. Then he realises the legs are gone, and then he goes back.
Well, he was doing the bossa nova, wasn't he, after that landed?
He certainly was. The legs never got themselves right again. Took everything out of those legs of Malinga. And then Arthur, he knows how hurt he is, just keeps the pressure on.
Just to put the win in context, without wishing to take anything away from Alex Arthur, he did it well, but it was against a fighter who hasn't been good enough to win a national title in South Africa. So there's other levels to go yet for him before he gets to the world stage.
That's absolutely correct, Ian. But I think what we've seen was a very good performance, and we saw early on that Malinga did have the potential to cause an upset, did have the potential to hurt Arthur, but he handled it so well, and I think that was a good performance. And you could see he was thinking and learning as the fight went on.
There's a lot of the showman in him. He says if he hadn't been a boxer, he might have been an actor. As it is, he's never had any other job. He's not doing bad for a kid who was banned from boxing by his parents when he was younger. He's not banned now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 2 minutes, 3 seconds in round number 6. Our referee in charge, Paul Thomas, stops the contest. The winner by way of technical knockout, still undefeated, and now the new WBA International Super Featherweight Champion, amazing Alex Arthur.
While Arthur takes his well-deserved applause, Peter Harrison has been rushing backstage. That's because it's the firm of Harrison in action in our main event tonight. And Scott, son Scott, prepares to make his first WBO World Featherweight title defense, coming up shortly here against Wayne McCulloch, a man who has been patient indeed, waiting through all those years of setbacks in Las Vegas, 2 years out of the game because of a medical suspension, and still McCulloch said he would be back for a major title chance. He's been right in that respect. He's got just a few more minutes to wait now here. And how long do we have to wait before Alex Arthur steps up? One or two little questions asked, perhaps as we thought tonight, Jim, against Patrick Malinga. Were you overall, were you impressed?
Yep, I'm impressed because he had to grind out a performance tonight, and he did that. There's a difference between beating people up and actually beating people, and tonight he had to work for a victory. He did it well. Still leaky defences in the first couple of rounds. We knew we would see the best of Malinga in the early stages. That when he was going to be at his most dangerous. At that time, maybe he's not shedding maybe some of the bad habits quickly enough, but still class fighter, and the longer the fight was going, the better he was looking.
Let's see how he views his performance now.
Well, Alex, last time you retained your British Super Featherweight title in the 6th round. Same result again with this Patrick Malinga, but a totally different affair, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was brilliant. It was a good part of the learning process, you know. The guy was a good fighter, he was intelligent. I fought many guys like him in the amateurs, going back to the old scenario, but he was a very tough guy, you know, technically good, and you know, I had to take my time. I could gradually see him slowing up. So
he was quick, he was spidery, and he could punch. Do you feel he got hit far too much in the early stages?
I never felt anything. So I don't know if I did, but no, I didn't. I think my defence was fine, you know. You can see with my face, I didn't think I've got any marks, so I couldn't have took that many shots.
Peter Harrison joined your corner at the beginning of the 3rd round. It seemed that turned the key a bit, and you got into a rhythm, and you solved the puzzles pretty quickly.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, I think it helped, you know, Peter coming to the corner, so it was an inspiration. But, yeah, everything, I just felt great inside there tonight, you know. I was taking him apart with the jab, you know. The jab was so accurate, I never missed once.
Was it the perfect fight for you at this stage, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it was a good learning fight, you know. It's just part of the learning process, you know. It's just all a matter of time before I think.
Can your stablemate and friend do the double for Scotland tonight? Will he retain against Wayne McCulloch?
It's going to be an almighty battle, and I'm just going to go get ready now, and I'm going to take my seat and watch it because it's going to be great.
We can't wait either. Well done tonight, Alex.
Thanks, Adam.
He's a stylist, Barry, but is that going to be enough as he climbs the ladder as we hope he will?
Yeah, we don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, we're only sort of assessing him on that performance, and we think he's got great potential, but we never know. One never knows, and as we go along, we constantly reassess our opinion of him. I have to tell you, tonight I thought he was very impressive. His defence was very good. The right hand was glued to his right-hand side, and that's the problem. He was tucking, leaving the chin hanging out on several occasions, but I thought he boxed very well, very sensibly, and was patient, and he had to be patient, and although he didn't look marked at all, he did get caught with slippy, with a couple of punches on the outside, but I thought his defence in general was very, very good. His precision was good, and I thought he could have maybe put a few more combinations together, but I thought his performance on the whole against a dangerous puncher was that was great. And I think Alex needs a guy that can actually fight back and hit hard, and a tough opponent would bring the best out of him.
He is stopping opponents, Jim, though. That's another great plus at this stage, isn't it?
Yes, and tonight he stopped a decent opponent. I know this fella has been stopped a couple of times before, but Alex had a lot of work to do. He was taking punches in the early stages. He realised he couldn't be too adventurous. See, Alex wants to be a star. He wants to please the crowd. Sometimes he's maybe a little bit reckless, but I think he got clipped a couple of times early. You can see here, delayed effect from the punch. From this point on, the fight was over. Alex could afford to take chances. Malinga's balance was gone, so there's no way he was going to throw a Powerful punch back. When you know your opponent is in bad shape like that, you can take chances then, just let the punches flow, and the referee timed it perfectly.
Barry, this was a South African opponent of what we would say, even in South African terms, is slightly below top class.
Yeah.
He's fought a string of Eastern Europeans.
Yeah.
There is still some unfinished domestic business.
Yes.
Gomez, Pithy to name but two.
Yeah.
Does he need to tidy up at
Lear
home?
as well. Yeah.
And Lear, above all.
I think there are a number of very good, challenging fights from out there this year that he can improve on and build on. I think he is the sort of guy that does things with precision. He takes his time, he's patient. He could have maybe stopped Carl Greaves earlier and took chances, but that's not his style. He does it cleverly, and I think he's improved tonight dramatically in the defence department.
Our top of the bill tonight is for the WBO World Featherweight title, and Jim first has been looking at the strengths of the champion.